Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Michigan State Spartans Insider Podcast. I'm your beat reporter for Michigan State Spartans on SI, Aidan Champion. We covered it a little the other day, but some more Spartans have earned NFL minicamp invites. Obviously, only one Spartan from last year's roster had made or had been selected in the NFL draft. That was Luke Newman, who had only spent 1 year with Michigan State, had transferred over from Holy Cross, was an All Big Ten honoree, um, and not a lot of representation from Michigan State in the past two drafts. Just a combined two um, guys who were picked, Nick Samac last year and Newman this year, but there were some undrafted free agent signings, and then also some mini camp invites. And there were some more today on Monday, but just kind of recapping some from the other day and then just updating where we're at right now. Um, First, legend Cavazos. Fans probably aren't too familiar with this guy because he only played two games with Michigan State last season. He picked up a minicamp invite from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Chris Bogle got a minicamp invite. Um, he had spent the last two seasons with Michigan State after transferring over from Florida, was a key member of Michigan State's defensive line, and um, a guy who has a lot of experience, played in both the SEC and the Big Ten, the two best conferences in college football. So I think that helps him a lot as he looks to pursue a career at the next level. Of course, um, Maverick Hansen, longtime Spartan, earned a minicamp invite to the Indianapolis Colts minicamp, and just a lot of hard work and dedication paid off for him. Obviously he went through three different regimes at Michigan State, and he experienced it all and chose to stick with the program, never transferred out. And that was an invite that I was really happy to see. Some uh, some other ones, Tanner Miller, who had followed Jonathan Smith and Jim McCulchick over from Oregon State last year, spent one season with the Spartans, was a starting center for every game. Um, I know this offensive line from last year wasn't great in terms of production, but Miller and Newman were really the bright spots on that line, and it does go to show that them being two transfers from last year, that Jonathan Smith and his crew have, you know, it reflects the job they've done with the transfer portal. Um, and it says a lot about, you know, the guys that they pursue. Um, it said a lot about Tanner Miller that he chose to follow them over um, from Oregon State, and that he wanted to stick with that staff. Um, but now his journey is taking him to the next level, uh, or at least an opportunity to make a roster at the next level. So, um, but Tanner Miller got an invite to the Las Vegas Raiders minicamp, and then most recently on Monday, Daquan Dowse Another guy who had transferred over last year, only spent 1 year at Michigan State, got an invite to the San Francisco 49ers minicamp. He'll have an opportunity there to make a roster. Um, and then a really big one, Montori Foster, a name fans know well. Montori was with this program for 5 years and, was a great receiver. I don't think he ever got the recognition maybe he deserved. This past year, wasn't great for him. There were a lot of times he and Aidan Childs just didn't connect. And, um, I don't think he went out the way he probably wanted to. But nonetheless, great career at Michigan State. Learned from a great coach in Courtney Hawkins. You know, played alongside great receivers like Jaden Reed, Jalen Naylor, um, and Keanu Coleman. So he got two minicamp invites to the Seattle Seahawks and the Cleveland Browns. So he too will have some opportunities to make an impression. But um, even though not a lot of representation in the draft for Michigan State, they've got some guys um, who caught some eyes, have gained attention, and will have their chance to you know reach their dreams, making the NFL. I do expect there to be. I expect Jordan Turner to get an invite. I haven't seen anything anywhere about him. I'm a little surprised by that. But I think that will be coming. So, um, all right, I would expect it to come. I don't know, but we'll see. So all in all, great opportunity for these guys here, and now season is kind of at a dull point for the off season. That is, we'll see if Michigan State adds any more transfer portal commits. But for now, kind of sit back and just watch everything play out until fall camp. So, like I said on a previous episode, I think this program should be feeling pretty comfortable about where it's at. Not too many key guys left. And so far, they've addressed positions of need, and um, we'll have a lot of the guys they had in spring come July. So, with all that said, thank you everyone for tuning in. Hope you had a great Monday, and I hope you have a great rest of your week. Thank you.